Right guys, welcome back to another YouTube. So obviously today was going to be me and my girlfriend, but unfortunately she broke up with me 2 days ago. So we're going to do this one solo, just a bit of an update video. Yeah, come here, come here. So finally, welcome into the YouTube, my gorgeous partner, Yvette. So you guys on Instagram particularly excelled yourselves with your questions, because rather than just a boring kind of Mr. and Mrs. talk, I thought I would ask her some questions from you guys. Now the fun thing is she hasn't heard any of these questions, so these reactions are going to be ever so real and ever so raw, and she can be someone who just gets straight to the point. So we're going to start off with a bit of a comment more than anything. I'm not going to read out some of the names because it's irrelevant and you probably won't even watch my fucking YouTube. So if you are Instagram and you do get a question answered, thank you very much. So first of all, babe, how do you feel in public with such an amazing beast next to you? Just feed my ego.
Well, I mean, you do get a lot of people staring, but do you know, over time, I don't really notice it anymore. I just kind of like, it is what it is, but it's nice. I'm proud of you.
Oh, she's starting warm. We'll see how this goes.
And that's actually true.
No, I know. No, yeah, I am.
I'm not like, we're a compliment or a credit is due. I will give it.
Yeah.
It's rare.
Right. What first drew you to Josh? The face, the body, or his sense of humour?
Didn't actually know his sense of humour at all.
Still don't really.
Not really, no. He's just a whole like Viking appeal, the body, the height, and I won't say the beard because I actually hated beards.
Well, you hated pretty much every. I was like your anti-man, really.
Really, yeah.
Didn't like bodybuilders. Didn't like beards.
No.
Yeah, there she goes, sliding in DMs.
Did. Which I got ignored a few times. Go on.
Yeah. So what are we saying? The whole look.
Yeah, I think the first thing I saw.
Well, one of your favourite pictures of me is without hair.
Yeah, but
Before we went
the
together.
actual first ever picture I saw of you was, I think, when you won Mr. Universe and you did your shoot. I don't know if it was for BSN at the time. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, with Jules, I think. Maybe.
Oh, it might have been. And I was just like, wow.
Wow. What do you think of me now? Let's not. We'll get there. Wow. We'll get to the off-season things in a minute. I like this one because it uses a word that we like to use, but we're not actually married yet. What's best and least best thing about being married to a pro bodybuilder?
Okay, I'll start with the least best thing.
Things.
Yeah. The amount of times he has to cook in the kitchen, the mess, the shitting, pooing. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching. The snoring. The stressing before we go out because can't find any clothes to fit. This is in off season.
Yeah, it's a bad one, that.
I mean, to be fair, I'm quite, I think, understanding, of the routine and the commitment needed. Because I'm a little bit like OCD myself.
She's very OCD with cleaning, which, although it works well with understanding my routine, obviously, as she mentioned, the cooking and the shitting, that's something that she's...
I mean, I don't really like... The cooking's not too bad, to be fair. It's the toilet behaviour. Yeah.
For my people out there eating a high-protein diet and pushing their calories, you know what I'm on about.
Yeah. I would say that. And
what's the best thing? I'll be honest, you don't have to comment much here, because I cannot think of many positives right now.
Well, I mean, no, there are positives. Just let me just think.
Okay.
So I think the way that obviously you're very like driven, so you drive me in other aspects of my life, and like the commitment that you give to it, that I see that you put in day out. And now that I live with you, I see and appreciate it a lot more. Because obviously when we didn't live together, there were snippets of it and I was like, why can't he just be a bit more flexible around that? Why does he need to do that one? But now I get it.
Yeah, so on that note, we've been living together since we moved here. So obviously you guys saw the house tour initially and I said, you know, constantly, my partner's done this, my partner's done that. This is the wonderful lady who's made the house a home. But before then, it was more of a long distance relationship where we only saw each other at weekends. So that's definitely been a change in the dynamic.
Yeah.
And
I do love it though.
First couple of nights, though, she was losing her shit.
Yeah, I did.
She was like, I'm going to go home.
Yeah, I really did.
I'm going to go home.
It was too much.
But then after a week, she was like, oh, no, actually, I think I can teach you to be house trained.
Yeah, he's
I've been all right since. I still get it in the neck every day, don't get me wrong.
He really doesn't. He says this, right?
I do something, I do something, try and do something right. Be wrong.
No, but it's 'cause you just see
I think
it
it's
as
quite a
negative.
general thing though for most relationships.
Probably, yeah.
Right. What's the relationship balance understanding like when fatigued from a bulk? I think we've just kind of covered that to an extent.
We have, yeah. And just to brief on it a bit more, I think, women with hormones and mood swings, we all get it. So kind of, and I've done prep as well. So Josh is really understanding when it comes to my time of the month. And I think I'm just a little bit more understanding therefore when prep. But you're pretty good on prep, to be fair.
You haven't lived with me yet.
No, I've spent a lot of time around you on prep though.
No, I think more the off season. I honestly think off season is the hardest period for, well, certainly for me. Like as you guys know, I'm bitching about left, right, and centre. But again, as a partner, just the amount I'm eating, the lack of energy. Not that we do too many things, but like everything requires even more effort, even more thought. I've got to take umpteen meals if we ever go out anywhere. If we're going to go for a walk, and you are a quick walker, but she could be a normal pace walker, I'll still be flagging. And we live in a beautiful area, and hopefully now summer's on its way and my weight is coming down, we might be able to make the most of it. But again, the whole purpose of this year, and she's amazing about being kind of on board with this, is it's the last year of doing this to the extreme, to that level of sacrifice. So yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to it being over and having that bit more flexibility. Next question is, these are kind of, I tried putting them in order so that if we did cover them in the previous one, it would flow. Did you find it difficult to keep up with his lifestyle?
No.
Keeping up with my lifestyle. My lifestyle's the slowest lifestyle in the world.
Yeah, I think
It's more putting up with it. Understanding.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I'm very like OCD in a lot of ways. I've got my own businesses. I train myself. So as busy as you are, I am. So it kind of works, doesn't it? We understand it.
So like Yvette's competed in the past. So yeah, she understands prep. Obviously, she doesn't really understand bulking because she's a female, and she's in great shape all year round. And since you've lived with me, you've been eating a bit more and got a bit fuller.
Yeah.
She looks fucking incredible now. And you sent me that photo before you left, before you came over the other day, and she was skinny then.
I was just stressed before moving, and yeah.
But because obviously she trains, she gets the training. I don't have, why were you at the gym so long? Yes, I'm at the gym longer than her, but I think the reason we work so well is because we are co-independent or whatever that means.
Yeah.
She's got her business. We both work from home, and it's lovely to be around each other when previously we haven't, but we've got our own things going on. So there's never that sort of like neediness or reliance on the other person. Like we can enjoy our company on our own terms rather than kind of feeling like one or the other's like at a loose end. And even if she hasn't got a lot on, or I haven't got a lot on, we'll still find things to do. And when I say we still find things to do, she'll find productive things to do and I'll find a sofa to nap on. But either way, it works. I think that was the one I wanted to ask before this. Does the lack of variety or lack of spontaneity ever bother you?
No.
Because
I'm very much like you in many ways.
We like planning. We like to know where we are, what we're doing. And I think that definitely works, because to have someone who is really spontaneous or wants to be really spontaneous as a bodybuilder, when things need to be so planned, it just wouldn't work.
No, and even my personality type, even if you wasn't bodybuilding, I wouldn't like it. Don't get me wrong, the odd time, is...
Oh, it's nice to do things, but we just like to plan ahead. And I'm 100% behind that, because that is me through and through.
Yeah.
This one is almost kind of towards me by the sounds of it, but a bit for you as well. Do you have anything planned to fill the competition side? And then for you, what are your thoughts on my retirement? So my plans to fill the competition side once I'm done in September is to throw myself into coaching even more, to have that flexibility to train with clients. You know, this is from a bodybuilding perspective, like how am I going to fill that kind of need? I'm going to live vicariously through my guys and girls who compete even more so. You know, I think it'll be really interesting when we get there to document exactly how I cope. But, you know, at this point sitting here, that's what I plan to do. Obviously, you know, we do enjoy going out. We do enjoy meals out particularly. And that is something that off season, my appetite's kind of through the floor, and going out can often disrupt my digestion and all that kind of shitty, boring stuff, which means we don't go out a lot. And then on prep, I'm very strict. So we probably have like a 6-week window between now and prep where we will go for maybe a couple of meals, which sounds like a shit relationship to some, because, you know, that's going to take me through till pretty much October, and we'll have maybe been out twice, which, when you have such a beautiful girlfriend, is a waste. But that'll be something we do more of. We've talked about kind of weekends away that we like to do. Again, just all the like things I'm limited on, I'm looking forward to doing. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not going to be able to just switch from a bodybuilder to Mr. Flexible Spontaneous, but just the ability to have that as an option is going to be very refreshing. And that's where, like, when people ask, and I've spoken to quite a few people lately, kind of face to face at expos and in the gym, who are like a little bit kind of confuddled with why I'm stopping. There are just so many reasons why it's right for me. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that question. And then your thoughts on my retirement?
I'm just like happy for you to kind of have that, I wouldn't say probably more flexibility, just to not be as harsh on yourself. I know you'll always have routine.
Probably be even worse on myself.
Probably,
I fucking
yeah.
hate it.
But it will give us like the opportunity to do more things, like you say, you know, we can do more kind of cardio stuff together, walks together.
Yeah, we've already planned bits and bobs.
Yeah, and it'll just be nice, especially with having like the 3 dogs and stuff. And
we're being very well behaved right now. We did consider having them in here, but
they're at the door listening.
yeah, they're like, what are they bitching about us? Right, one word, and this is actually quite a good question, because I'm sure, you know, for a lot of bodybuilding couples it's relevant. Not so much for us, but still ask it. Kids? Question mark. We spoke about this from pretty much the second or third date, because you wanted to just see where I stood with things.
Yeah.
I've never been someone who wants kids, and you check back on it every now and again. We're many years deep. I still have no paternal instinct. Some of my best friends have kids and are having kids, and I'd like to be more involved when I have more time, and I've said this to them. And to be honest, the idea of, like, you know, having a kid for a couple of hours and giving it back sounds pretty good. Having one for a lifetime, again, parents right now will be like, oh, it's blasphemy. It's just not for me.
I mean, I'm obviously, I've experienced it. I have a son, but I didn't personally want any more children. So
yeah, so she was amazing, to be fair. Like, it was really nice to have someone that thoughtful. You know, well, it's a big topic. You know, it's important. I think when we met, you know, we weren't really in a position where we were looking at wasting time. You know, I wanted to know if it was someone I could be with for a long time. So she asked the question, I said no. And yeah, obviously, you know, your lad is top bloke.
yeah.
So I get the best of both, really. I get a mate and a partner, and I don't have to have any for myself. Winning. Right, we're coming on to a couple of the more intrusive / risky questions. So these are from a couple of people. They both are similar things. I think there's a little bit of judgment going on here, a little bit of kind of preconceived imagery, maybe.
Love it.
I'm not sure if the first one is at me. I think it might be. I want to ask your OnlyFans, Daddy. And then the other question is, how much income can the job she is currently working bring to you? Winky face. So I think both of those were implying around the OnlyFans topic. And first off, no shade. People make money how they make money. Not my thing. Not her thing either. So all those creeping on her asking for OnlyFans, you get a lot of messages. You can go fuck yourselves. Sorry about your dad there.
That's all right. I think he'll probably agree with you on that.
Yeah. So, yeah, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I love the way that people judge me. I mean, it's amazing. And I'll never stop doing what I do. So if you like watching it and seeing it, then carry on. If you don't, just unfollow me. It's as simple as that. And if you want to presume, but just to summarise, for those people that don't know, I am educated to degree level business and psychology. I was an education officer of the local government for several years. I am a fully qualified PT, which I don't do anymore because I just don't like it. And I do have 2 businesses that I've set up and run all by myself, from website design to stock management to logo design to marketing to branding it out. So yeah, I suppose really that is probably a little bit of a OnlyFans kind of thing.
No, never judge a book by its cover. And one thing that I love about that is, obviously as a bodybuilder, you know, a meathead, I've got my fair share of kind of prejudice. And I like to think I kind of break that with a pretty chilled, calm, educated persona. And Yvette is exactly the same. You know, she has some incredibly sexy pictures that she puts on Instagram, and you are all very lucky to get to see them. But that's because, like, this is where people get so confused. She looks great, she feels great, and she's showing that. In the same way that as a guy, like I'm posting my progress pics, you know, it's exactly the same, but there's a lot of men out there who get things twisted. And I quite enjoy, to be honest, following some of your comments and the messages that I hear. So, you know, I also get angry because some of you are fucking filthy. But yeah, it's always one that it amuses us. And don't get me wrong, if we do set one up, you better fucking subscribe. So you'll know if business is going bad for both of us when you start seeing a link at the bottom of videos. Right, and then finally, we've kind of covered these, but just one of our friends, Amy Hope, Ryan's missus, asked, are his farts as bad as Ryan's? Now, we don't know how bad Ryan's are, but given by the vomiting face after, I'm suggesting pretty fucking awful.
And I'm going to risk it and say, yeah.
I don't fart that much. Mainly because I'm worried I'm going to shit myself.
Yeah, that's probably why. But when you have let them rip, they are pure, potent egg, raw, just vile. And like, you don't seem to, I don't think you smell it in the same way as other people
She has a go. I don't know, maybe guys and girls can relate in relationships. She'll like, be like, why are you farting? Like, stop, don't fart, don't. Like, it's not an option. Like, if you need to fart, you need to fart. If you need to shit, you need to shit. And I think women just have some sort of like different internal organ that they can just switch on and off.
Yeah, if you had to hold
Never heard a fart. How is that possible? How did every guy, I don't know any guy's ever heard a girlfriend fart. It can't be a thing.
Well, we'll just know how to control it.
It's not possible.
It is possible.
C'est impossible. And then the final question, does he snore?
Oh my
Does
word.
he snore? This would probably be a good time to get up, there's actually one more question after this. Probably be a good time to get up like a recording that she's on several occasions taken for me to demonstrate how bad it is. So I can say, it's fucking bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah. So again, funny story, because we made it through it. But when we first got together and started obviously having our sleepovers, she needs 8 hours of solid sleep, no movement, basically a dead body. And if she doesn't get that, she is the devil incarnate. So you can imagine that with me snoring at 5 million decibels, we were off to a rough start. And I would like to thank everyone at Bose who developed the sleep buds, because I bought her a pair early on. They're still going, and they fucking saved us, didn't they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, honestly,
You can still hear me through them, but not as bad.
I just didn't like earplugs because they didn't fit in my ears. They're not comfy.
And with my snoring, it still didn't make a difference.
No, it didn't, to be fair.
Yeah.
These, I don't even feel like I've got anything in, and then I can pick what I listen to. So
So she can pick the laundry machine or the washing machine going over.
thunderstorms, waves. It's amazing. Yeah.
So no, my snoring is bad. I always hope that as I get lighter, it gets better. It doesn't really, does it? No, look at that face. It doesn't. So, final question, and again, we'll both answer this. I think it was more towards me, but You can answer it too. Tits or ass? You answer first.
Well, I like both, but
On who?
on a woman.
Oh, okay, right. I didn't know if we were talking about tits and ass if you were answering the question.
Oh no, tits ass.
What about it?
I like your ass.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. But you like, what, both on a woman or?
Well, yeah, but the thing is, if you know, I mean, you've got to work at both, aren't you? But it's a bit easier to like rectify if you've not got any tits. You can just have implants in.
Oh, I've got best of both, so.
You've got to, or you know, if you've not got a bum, you've got to work for it, haven't you?
Yeah, BBL, well, they look dreadful generally.
Oh, shit.
Anyone who's thinking about getting a BBL, just think about what your legs look like. So anyone who trains, if you've got a big arse and no legs, we know what you've done. I fucking love a pair of fake titties. So yeah, I've got that. I've got a nice, natural, beautiful bum. Tits or arse, my man, tits and arse for me. And on that note, this has been a cheeky little Q&A, Mr. and Mrs. version. Mrs. Viking.
It wasn't actually as bad as I thought, the question.
No, I mean, there were some really weird ones, but I wanted to at least get some semi-serious content out there.
Yeah.
Just introduce the wonderful lady in my life to YouTube. And hopefully you guys will fucking love it. Like, comment, subscribe. Say if you want to see more of her. I don't blame you if you do. Let's get these view counts out. Let's get these followers up. I'm bringing her in for a bit of eye candy. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.